What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the White Sea Deer channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I got a bunch of news stories for you guys today. Some awesome stuff about Minecraft and video game preservation, the possible return of NCAA football video games, and a whole lot more. But before we go any further, I would appreciate if you guys would take the time to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It would go a long way to help me grow the channel, keep me motivated to get this done. I've been having a lot of fun making videos for y'all. We try and upload news videos every morning and some gameplay videos every night. We got a Let's Play of Scarlet Nexus going on right now. Episode 2 will drop tonight. But enough shameless plugging. Let's jump right into the news. Here we go. Alright, first news story on the docket today. Pretty interestingly, Team Fortress 2 has hit over 150,000 active players for the first ever time on Steam. Now, just to be clear, TF2 came out in 2007 and this game is still taking off like a rocket ship. Now, to be fair, there are a lot of bots playing in Team Fortress 2, but I still think it's incredibly impressive that the community could come out and pretty much, flood their servers and keep this alive as long as they can. The actual number peaked at 151,253, and a lot of people are attributing the most recent spike to the recent update they did on June 24th. Now, I think this is just a great example that you don't need to have millions of dollars and an incredible budget and a huge AAA game studio to make a game that people love and can form a wonderful community out of. All you need to do is put some love into a game and make it fun, make it enjoyable for players, make it goofy, make it action-packed, and just all around give people an incentive to come back and play it some more. I think Valve is incredible at making games like that. They knocked it out of the park with Team Fortress 2, and this is just further examples of why that is. Alright, this next story kind of tugs on my heartstrings. It's very interesting. So the former five-time WCW champion, Booker T, if you guys remember him from back in the day, he actually filed a lawsuit against Activision not that long ago. I had no idea about this, and the reason that he filed a lawsuit is over the character Prophet from Black Ops 4. Apparently, he was a character called G.I. Bro way back in the day, even before his WCW days. And the likeness of G.I. Bro is uncannily similar to that of Prophet in Call of Duty 4. Now, I'm not gonna lie, looking at the picture, the resemblance is pretty striking. The same outfit, the same headband, the same facial features, all that stuff. And the same poses. I mean, there are slight differences here and there, but honestly, if I was Booker T and I looked at this, I might actually think that they were trying to rip me off. Now, to be realistic here, nobody knows the G.I. Bro character. I don't know where he pulled that picture out of. I have never heard of the G.I. Bro character from Booker T, so I don't know where this is coming from. And Booker T used to have a catchphrase back in WCW, hate the player, not the game. He took that to heart, I guess, was suing Activision, but he lost. He lost the lawsuit. Activision won. A judge ruled in Activision's favor, saying that there was enough differences to make it not copyright infringement. The defense team, Micah Dortch, he tried saying that with seen by side, there can be no question that this character was copied from the hair, body, type of clothing, right down to the facial expressions. The similarities are too profound to be accident, end quote. After Activision came back and basically kind of ruined their argument, the defense came with a counterpoint saying that the facial expression and attitude were what they were infringing the copyright on. And then Activision came out and said, quote, "The plaintiff does not own the idea of an angry man with a scowling look," which is pretty true. If that's the case, Coltrane from from Gears of War would be super illegal. So Booker T, I'm sorry, I love you, but stop suing video game companies. Dude, you're doing fine. Ain't nobody infringing on your copyright. Nobody's taking money out of your pocket. Now, can you dig that, sucker? The next story I got for you guys is a game director jumping ship. You guys saw me play some Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's a wonderful game. I really enjoyed it. The director of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and he was also the lead designer for Assassin's Creed Origins and Black Flag, which is my favorite Assassin's Creed's right there. He's jumped ship to Motive Studios over at EA. Now, Motive Studios is actually the studios that everyone's thinking is going to be rebooting Dead Space. They are also working on a new Star Wars action game, which that's always cool, but it's interesting to see a veteran of Ubisoft, someone who has been so integral to the creation of the Assassin's Creed series, heading over to Motive. I think that is a great pickup for EA. Obviously, that's some experience that they want, third-person action RPG type of experience and world-building type of experience. I think that's a great pickup for EA. So I think they're getting serious here over at Motive. Now, there's no confirmation on what this director will be doing. I didn't even say the name of the director. Eric Baptizat. Sorry, that name's a little difficult to pronounce. But Eric Baptizat, that's the director that jumped ship. And there's no confirmation on what exactly he will be working on, just that he's going to Motive. But obviously, I think we can infer that either he's going to work on one of the two projects, the new Star Wars game or a reboot of Dead Space. I'm hoping the new Star Wars game is Jedi Fallen Order 2. Either way, I'm excited. I want both of those games. I hope he works on both of those games. This guy's got a lot of experience, and I think it'll help out Motive a lot. Moving on, you heard me say at the beginning, we might see some NCAA football video games again. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel for a little bit, you know I'm not super into sports games. But NCAA football is a sports game that I have very fond memories of playing with my friends with. I remember back in 07 or something like that, we used to play NCAA 07 all the time. And I remember being impressed by the sheer amount of teams that were in the game. Obviously, this isn't the NFL games where there's only a handful of teams. I think it's like 30 teams in the league. This is every D1 college packed into one video game. It's super awesome. All the rosters are fleshed out and all the coaching staff are still there. And I think it's just impressive to create a football game that big. People are saying the possible contract length is from 2023 to 2027. That would cover 4 different games in the NCAA franchise. Obviously, they have to work out how the paying is going to work. There has been obviously the entire controversy, not just in gaming, but all around college sports, about paying student athletes, whether or not their tab for college being covered is enough, or if because we use their likeness in video games they should get paid for it, or merchandise and all that stuff. I'm under the camp that I think they should just be quiet because they're getting a free ride to college, and that's something that most people in this country can't say. But that's up to the schools, that's up to everybody. Apparently a bunch of schools are signing up for this, saying they'd be cool with being in an NCAA game, which I think that's great. We haven't seen one since 2014. It's time to freshen it up, and with EA honestly dropping the ball on NFL, because honestly NFL games are starting to just be cookie cutter pump games, yearly pump games. So to see an NCAA football game I think would freshen things up a bit. It would make it more exciting. I've always liked college football more than the NFL because I think the players care more because they're trying to get to the NFL. But I think it's super interesting, and I'm looking forward to see what the future of the NCAA football IP goes. Last but very not least, Minecraft. A build of Minecraft, to be specific, has been found after a very, very long, decade-long search. Now again, if you guys have been watching this channel for any little bit, you know that I'm super into video game preservation. I think it's one of the most important things in our community. Now to give a little backstory, there was this Minecraft build, 1.1.1, way back in 2010 that came out. And it was actually a pretty important build. It introduced fishing poles to the game, among other things, but the problem is it had a bug that basically grayed out your screen, completely crashed your game. You couldn't play it, and so obviously about 4 hours later, Mojang released an update 1.1.2 to fix that bug. Now with any video game, especially more popular ones like Minecraft, a community of preservationists arrived and decided wanting to collect all the different builds of Minecraft, and 1.1.1 combined with the fact that it was buggy and it basically broke your game, and 2, the fact that the update was released 3 hours after it came out and it was only downloadable for about 3 hours. They were having a hard time finding this build. Over 10 years without this build. And actually the story for how it was found is really, really interesting. So a Twitter handle by the name of @LunaSorcery, she is the one that started this whole thing off. Back in September of 2010, this innocent person decided to post a tweet saying, "Oh, Minecraft update!" exclamation point. An innocent tweet that soon 10 years later would blow up and become the centerpiece for this. And I will link the thread down in the description below. I'll give you guys the brief rundown of what happened, but if you guys want to read the entire thread, I'll link it down below. It's a really interesting read. It's cool. But basically, she found that old tweet, and somebody hit her up. Actually, I think it was somebody else found that old tweet, and somebody hit her up saying, "Hey, I see you have this tweet. It's within the time frame of 1.1.1. Do you know if you still have that?" Now, it's impressive that somebody would even go through the trouble to look. I'd be like, no, I don't have a Minecraft build from 2010 anymore. Absolutely not. But she apparently had a backup hard drive of her old laptop, and she went searching for it. Apparently it was buried deep in some boxes and storage, which, again, kudos to you, Luna. Dedication. That's awesome. And she found the old hard drive, and in that old hard drive, there was a Minecraft.jar folder. Now, you guessed it right. It was 1.1.1. So the rest is history. I think that's incredible. Apparently, a couple more versions that were lost were found because of this, because of how much this blew up. And I think that's incredible, and I think it really highlights the issue of video game preservation. Because, I mean, even a game like Minecraft, which is by far the most popular game in the world, it's the top-selling game in the world, it's an incredible game in its own right. Even that has problems with video game preservation, but I'm glad to see this found. I'm glad to see the other ones found. Go read that thread. It's super interesting. But yeah, so that seems to be it for the news today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. It's been fun recording it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited to see this Minecraft build found? Are you fans of video game preservations? And what's the last NCAA football game that y'all played? But anyways, that's enough about me. Check out my Scarlet Nexus Part 2 will be up tonight. Make sure to subscribe to get notified for that. But I appreciate you guys stopping by and taking the time out of your day to watch. I hope you guys were entertained. All right, that's it for me, everyone. Love y'all. Take it easy now.